guys, welcome to Hockey 101. Today I'm going to try to talk to you a little bit about how the game is played, how to watch the game, and who to watch in town. So you're probably wondering a little bit about who I am. Well, I don't know why but yeah, I can't skate. I've never actually played the game of hockey. I didn't start watching it until I turned 18. But I'm a nerd, and once I really fell into love the game, I started to really enjoy it. I just thought hockey fans are kind of bad at explaining the game of hockey. But it is a really simple game. You just get a puck in the net. But there's a lot going on around that net. The NHL rulebook has 154 pages of rules. No one knows all of them, not even the refs. But start with the basics. Basically, you need to know who is on the ice, and I think there are two simple rules that once you understand them, the rest of the game kind of starts to make sense. So, as far as your teams, on the ice, you're going to have 5 skaters at all times, well, not at all times, at most times, and a goaltender. It can be really confusing because sometimes that changes, and you'll have actually the goaltender skate off the ice and another player come in, say, at the end of the game. But in general, those 5 skaters are your important pieces to know. And then you have your lines. Your lines are your offensive players, 2 forwards and a center, and they're going to be hanging around the opposing goaltender, trying to score the puck as much as possible. But they do play defense. It is a sport where both sides, there isn't a defender or an offensive team, but there are generally, there's 2 defensemen on the ice. They're usually referred to as the blue liners, and they really have the responsibility of keeping between the puck and the opposing and their own goaltender. And really, the goaltender, of course, is your last line of defense. Now, offsides. Offsides is the most important rule in hockey, in my opinion. Basically, how offsides can be explained is the blue line, which is the 2 lines you'll see in a second, that are between the goals and the red line in the center of the ice. You cannot cross into your offensive zone where the defender goalie is until the puck is all the way across that blue line. And of course, once the puck comes out of that blue line, your entire team has to skate out of the offensive zone before they go back in. So icing kind of keeps the game from being crazy because the defensive head just chucked the puck down the ice. It has to go across, it cannot go across the center line and a blue line and the goal line without touching another player. Otherwise, play stops, it goes back into the defensive zone. Makes it really interesting. So power plays. Power plays are super exciting. Basically, you're going to have your penalty. The team on the power play has an extra player because the other team took a penalty. Someone goes to the box, which is sort of like a grown-up timeout. It's kind of hilarious. And one of the biggest things that changes when the power play is in place is the defensive team doesn't worry about icing. So you'll see the puck go flying down the ice. It's really a very different form of hockey when the power play is in charge, is happening. So who's in charge? There are 2 types of officials on the ice. You have your referees who have the orange band around their arm, and they are in charge of calling goals and penalties. And linesmen take care of offsides, icing, and running face-offs. So how to watch? Obviously, the best way to do it is to follow the puck. That can be really difficult at first, but believe me, after watching about 150 games, it gets really, really easy. You can follow a single player, watch what the officials are doing, but really just enjoy the constant action. It is a crazy game. You are going to get lost. That's okay. You're going to miss goals. That is why instant replay exists. And if you really get lost and play doesn't stop, watch where the players are looking, because they usually are watching the puck, so you can find the puck again. So, who to watch? I recommend starting with the University of Minnesota Gopher Women. They are the most consistently great team in town right now. They have great fans, they're accessible at price, and they really do not get the exposure they deserve. Also, high school hockey, go watch the tourney. Either watch it in person, go down to the Excel Arena. Both the boys and the girls tournaments are televised. And then, of course, go watch the Wild. Obviously, I love them, but being in the Excel when the Wild score is absolutely amazing. Other ways to watch, you can go watch pond hockey in Nokomis every February. You can do sled hockey, or you can drive to Des Moines, you can drive to Fargo, you can drive to Sioux Falls and watch some minor league hockey. So in conclusion, hockey is an absolutely fan-based sport. It's growing. It does have its own flaws. I would say that at least hockey doesn't try to hide the fact that it's an emotionally and physically demanding sport. It doesn't try to say, hey, you can't, get a little angry at each other. So you're going to watch a game. Your niece, your nephew, some friend is going to play in a rec league. Go watch, ask questions, and enjoy this little piece of Minnesota culture.